boxing fans, I'm Smitty. That was a look at the full version of our brand new Open that we unveiled in late summer for our television show In This Corner. I think it's a nice way to start what will be a look back at everything we did here at InThisCornerTV.com in 2009, a year that was filled with a plethora of pugilistic talent. First up, it's a pair of fighters who really displayed the international popularity and power of the sport of boxing. One from across the pond in England they call the Hitman, the other, the most famous guy in all of the Philippines, called the Pac-Man. Ricky Hatton and Manny Pacquiao made the MGM Grand in Vegas rock in May. After just a few minutes, it was Hatton who was being rocked by Manny Pacquiao's punches. And as usual, InThisCornerTV.com was there providing pre- and post-fight coverage. Welcome to InThisCornerTV.com. I'm Smitty. We're at the IBA Gym in Las Vegas, better known as Fighter's Paradise. This has long been the Las Vegas training site for the Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao. And he was here earlier today. They actually shut down the gym. Everything is private this week as Manny readies himself for his big showdown on Saturday night with Ricky Hatton. After his training session, we had the exclusive opportunity to chat with Manny Pacquiao. I've watched you develop as a fighter. It's hard to imagine that you can get any better than we've seen you in your last few fights. Are you going to be better on Saturday night against Ricky Hatton?
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I'm gonna just doing my job in the ring on Saturday, and I want to say right now. Let my fast to talk about that.
He's a guy who likes to come in. Whether this fight goes one round or whatever, it's going to be, in my opinion, a more difficult fight than Oscar De La Hoya. He's going to put a lot of pressure on you. That's what he does. Tell us about your game plan.
Exactly. This fight is not an easy like the De La Hoya fight or somebody else. You know, I consider this fight is going to be a hard fight for me, especially as everybody knows Hatton style, and you know we're ready for that, and that we're studying every day in the gym.
The distractions now that you're a superstar beyond boxing, is it difficult for you to focus because everybody wants a piece of you, including us right now?
Of course, you know, big power comes big responsibility. Your responsibility is to give a chance people to to say hello and or to interview you or sign autograph, taking picture. That's your responsibility. And you know, being a famous, I have to do my responsibility. And you know, discipline is the most important for this sport.
You know, in preparation for this fight, now you've been through the whole mega fight thing with Floyd Mayweather, and I got to believe that situation will help you in preparation for this fight, the mental side of it, the fact that you've gone through all this 24/7 stuff and everything.
Yeah, it's standing me in good stead. You can't get a bigger match than the fight against Mayweather, and a bigger occasion in many ways. Like it is on May 2nd for the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world title. We had the 24/7 cameras following us everywhere. About 35,000 Brits came over to support us. It was a wonderful occasion, and that will stand me in good stead. And I think not just the Mayweather fights in years gone by, where before after the Mayweather fight, I fought at Man City with 58,000, so 58,000 people there, so pressure's on with that. So I've regular boxed in big crowds, you know, and I've had big occasions. Like you say, this is the second time I'll be challenging for this title, so I feel a lot more relaxed in this training camp than I have done in recent fights. Yeah.
Congratulations on a great performance tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm lucky.
It's not lucky, buddy. That's skill.
Blessed. I'm blessed with God.
The right hand early in round number 1, that was a beautiful right hook. I love the way you slipped underneath it, came over the top. Was that your game plan to fight this type of fight?
That's our secret weapon for this fight, and we work hard on that style every day in the gym. So I work on it.
Can you still get better as a fighter, my man?
That's what I believe. You know, I'm work hard in studying to get more better and give excitement fight to the people and make people happy.
In this CornerTV.com spent some quality time with one of boxing's pound-for-pound best and still unbeaten Chad Dawson, who was posting victories over two former world champions, Antonio Tarver in May and Glenn Johnson in November. But there's a lot of good stuff out there for you. Showtime has their Super 6, Super Middleweight tournament. Those guys are out there. There's Pavlik out there and Williams and Bernard Hopkins and perhaps a Roy Jones. I mean, I think you're in a really good position right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in an excellent position too. Like you said, I don't want to look past Glenn Johnson. Although I know what's going to happen on November 7th, I'm going to win. Nobody goes in and look to knock out Glenn Johnson. I know I'm gonna outbox him, use my legs, use my hand speed. And then after that, whatever APO brings to the table, I'll be ready for it.
And I think, I'm sort of old school. You got an old school trainer in Eddie who, the light heavyweight division right now, I think you can't really move up to heavyweight. Those guys are too big. Cruiserweight perhaps, but I think, no, you can go up to heavyweight. Okay, well, we'll get to that then. But I just think being a dominant light heavyweight is something that's pretty damn important.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to be dominant for the next couple years at the division. Either whether I go up or go down, it doesn't matter. Any division I'm in, I want to be dominant. You know what I'm saying? So, if I go down or I go up, cruiserweight, heavyweight, doesn't matter. I want to be dominant. I'm going to continue to work hard like I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, and just continue to be successful.
Well, you can kind of watch and see how David Haye does against Valuev to get it. But you stopped me there for a moment, or you tried to. It's hard to stop Smitty, isn't it? Why do you think that you could go up and challenge heavyweights today? Because they're so big.
Yeah, they are so big, but they're also so slow. I watched the Klitschko and the other heavyweight. I watched that fight. They're slow. Arreola. The guys, they're slow. Not taking nothing away from Arreola. Arreola, he's a great fighter. He's a big puncher. He fought a hell of a fight. I felt like he was overmatched and oversized. So, it was pretty much easy for Klitschko to maneuver around him and use his size and, his arm reach, and do whatever he wanted with him. So, heavyweights are slow. A lot of them aren't even in shape. So, I think that I could put the muscle on. I got the height. I got the reach. So, heavyweights definitely not out of the question.
Maybe I didn't consider the height because I've never had that luxury of having the height. Where do you think you rank in the pound-for-pound status right now?
Pound-for-pound status, do I think I should be on that list? Definitely. I'm not going to say where I should be at, but I definitely think I should be on that list.
Folks, Manny Pacquiao is not the only story coming out of the Philippines these days. In this CornerTV.com, caught up with the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. Explain this Pinoy power thing. What is this Pinoy? Explain this to the fans out there who may not understand what you guys are trying to do here with this.
Well, like Latin Fury, they've had so many succession in just events after events, and that's what we want to do is bring out the talent from the Philippines and show the world how great fighters from the Philippines are, and it's just good for boxing, so we're trying to make it happen where we can have Pinoy power 3, 4, and 5, and so on.
There's been some great Filipino fighters over the years. Right now, it's you and Manny and some others that are doing quite well. Are we at a point where we can say what Filipino fighters do well with the Latin fighters? We know what they bring to the table, the heart, the determination, the body punching. What is it? Can we categorize Filipino fighters at any point now?
I think boxing is just boxing. You look at it as, well, the way I look at it is that it doesn't matter what race you are or where you're from. It's more of how good a fighter is, how much he brings to boxing, and what glory he brings to his country and the pride that he brings to his country. You'll see everywhere around the world, you see guys who are tough, guys who have speed, guys who are smart, and that's the same with Filipino fighters. We have guys who are strong, we have guys who are smart, we have guys who are counterpuncher, and we have guys of every kind of skills and talent.
Well, right now you've possessed all the skills and talents. I think you haven't lost in 8 years, your second professional fight, 5 straight stoppages, tremendous boxer, good speed, good power, like the left hook. Does that sum it up?
I think so. Maybe I think one thing that I really am proud of is the ability to know the fighter and to figure out the fighter in that ring. And once I do figure the fighter out, then it's unless he changes style, then it's another thing. But one thing is that I can see and read the fighter's moves and the game that he's going to play. And once I do read that, then it's over.
Once again, to display boxing's tremendous international popularity and flavor these days are two guys who really love hanging out with us here at InThisCornerTV.com. And you know what? We dig having them. From Armenia, fighting out of Australia, and training here in Las Vegas is Vic Darchinyan, who lost and won world titles in 2009. And from England, with Pakistani roots, is Amir Khan, who captured his first world title this year under the tutelage of Freddie Roach. You know, it's strange. Usually little guys, when they get into their 30s, start to decline. You appear to me to be getting better at age 33.
I turned 33 this month, and is my point. It's also is 33, and also it's year of the bull in Chinese, you know. And personally, I'm the raging bull. I'm gonna show great fights this year, and my fight starting from 7th of February. You're gonna see how I can be motivated and how I can focus on the fight. I'm gonna do with Arce what I'm telling. I'm gonna smash him. I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna make him look like silly and stupid fighter.
I've been training alongside Manny Pacquiao for this camp, and Freddie's, you know how good Freddie is on the pads and how good he is. He's a tactician, you know. He gives you a game plan to follow in a fight, and if that game plan A doesn't work, then you have a game plan B.
Make sure you take the left side to make clear his right hand, right? Right, get you take.
Maybe let's step forward.
Slide. Yes. Right?
Yeah.
He's improving. He's a talented young guy. He got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of similarities to Manny Pacquiao, speed and power. And we're fighting Salita, a very good boxer. Comes to the ring with his rabbi, and he has a pretty good following, and he's the number one contender. He's a mandatory defense, and I think my guy's too much for Salita, but he's going to be a good fight, and we're going to fight in Newcastle, and Amir's, I think this will be his last fight in the UK because he wants to come to America and show himself over here.
You know, the harder you work in the gym, I believe the easier it is in the ring. But yeah, we've been working on a lot of, different drills on footwork, different drills on combinations, what to throw, and still be in defense. And it's working well for me. I'm working on the things that Freddie tells me. I work on it in sparring, and I can see the difference.
Amir, I would imagine, being with Freddie Roach, being with Manny Pacquiao, and being involved, in some of these mega fights, that has to really rub off and make you more prepared for
definitely,
physically and mentally.
Definitely, when you see the 24/7 guys, the crew, when they're in the gym, and then you see all the media, it just motivates you. I think it puts that hunger in your body because you wanna do that. You wanna be there one day. I wanna be in Manny's position. I want what he's got now. I wanna become one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. I'm still 22. I've got a long way to go, but it's going the right way. But it's a motivation when people come to the gym, and when Manny's training alongside Manny, it's a big motivation for me because it just gives me that extra push. Where I could be probably just training, but when I know Manny's there watching me as well, it makes me try a lot harder. Manny also gives me good tips. We train together, we run together, so we like friends, and we spar together as well sometimes. So that itself is brilliant.
I think Showtime is lucky to have you as a fighter fighting for them, because you're certainly one of the most exciting guys. And I noticed this right away. 2004, December, I was at ringside in Fort Lauderdale when you won the title from Irene Pacheco, and I saw something special. Couldn't figure it exactly out, but I knew one thing. You had some uncommon power. Where does that power come from?
Power coming is from my trainings. I can do I can go to training and do 1,500, 2,000 push-up. I can put movie 1.5, 2 hours and do sit-ups and just watch movie, It's mentally I'm ready. Mentally I know I can punch harder and harder. And like you're saying, in 2004, when you was commentating my fight, still I have already 33 fights. And my best opponent who I met was Irene Pacheco. He's a great fighter, He's a big puncher, hard puncher. He's punching me in the body, and I can feel his punch. Never I feel any punch in my body from my opponents. He's a good fighter. After my hardest fights, they're saying, is he your toughest opponent? I'm always saying, no. My toughest opponent was Manny Pacquiao. He's a good fighter at that time, you know.
You know, power, though, also, even though you're in great shape, you train hard, push-ups, whatever. A lot of that, though, I think power, great power like you have is God-given.
It's mentally I'm believing. Every opponent who I'm sparring, I'm punching them. I can punch harder. You know, doesn't matter. Say everyone, oh, it's big punch. They're screaming. I can feel mentally I'm ready. I know I can punch harder. So that's what is a point about me. That's why I'm believing in my power. I know if I'm going on the back, I can destroy back. If I wanna punch me same place in the back, I think I can cut him in half. You know, it's all about trust yourself, believe, and achieve.
September of 2009 marked the return of Floyd Mayweather, back to reclaim his status as boxing's pound-for-pound best. Was it really a return, or did he ever leave the sport of boxing that he has dominated for over a decade now? Floyd looked like he hasn't lost a beat as he dominated Juan Manuel Marquez, a guy who gave Manny Pacquiao fits in their two fights. Floyd sent a message to Manny that he's back to claim his throne as pound-for-pound best.
In this corner with James Smith, with your man, the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather.
We rolling here? We're rolling. Let's use all this.
Oh no, and that's not just money for receiving money. That's money for giving and taking.
Taking. What are you going to take on Saturday night from Juan Manuel Marquez?
You know, I'm just here to entertain. Saturday, I'm here to entertain and I'm here to be the best that I can be in the sport of boxing. Juan Manuel Marquez is one hell of a fighter. The difference between me and him is just that I'm not going to get in no oxygen chamber, or I'm not going to drink no urine.
Let's talk a little bit about, I know you don't like talking strategy, but I'm a fight guy. What can we look for different in you at 32 years of age? You've been off, you're well rested.
Hold on.
32 years of age.
28
years of age.
28. Look 24.
What can we look? New wrinkles from pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather.
No, a clean shave. I got to come back with a different look, you know. Leave with hair, come back bald. You know, just switch up my look. Switch up my name and my look. A whole new person.
I'm the only one that's actually been in the ring with you and done an in-ring demonstration. I want to know, how many of these guys can say that? What, though, differently in terms of fistically can we look for with your...
I'm not going to tell you my game plan, no way. I don't ever have a game plan. If you know what I always say, like I always do, don't watch no tapes. All I do is adjust and adapt once I get in there. He can't play into the crowd. You know, the crowd can sometimes, Ricky Hatton played into the crowd. Checkmate.
Check left hook.
Checkmate. Can't play into the crowd.
This guy's a better fighter, though, than Ricky Hatton, I think. And I love Ricky, but as a fighter, this guy's a better fighter.
Well, I don't think he beat a fighter like Constant Zoo.
Some people say he beat a fighter like Manny Pacquiao or fought him dead even one time and was very close the second time. He's going to be a hell of a battle for you on Saturday night.
Well, okay, if you believe in that, then put your money on him, and you're going to come.
But you're the money guy. How about I use your money?
Oh, never that. And if you believe in him like you believe in him, once again, styles make fights now. And one thing about Money Mayweather, I can adjust and adapt to any style. Slick and sharp. Now, one thing about him, with Mayweather, he can't come this wide. Wow.
Hey, boxing fans, I'm Smitty. Welcome to the MGM Grand. Yep, we're still here. The fighters, well, they're gone. Floyd Money Mayweather made his return to the ring tonight after a 21-month hiatus. He looked sensational, totally dominating Juan Manuel Marquez, winning a unanimous decision. I gave Marquez maybe 2-3 rounds. Floyd looked tremendous. That check left hook that Ricky Hatton knows about, when we last saw Floyd, it still was working well, putting Marquez down in round number 2. After the fight, we caught up with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, great to have you back first.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. How you doing?
Great performance. I want to talk a little bit. We don't usually talk strategy. I'm going to talk some right now.
Okay.
Post-fight strategy, the left jab. Tremendous performance with the left jab and the left hook.
That's what my dad told me. My dad and Roger said we want the jab pumping all night. We don't care about nothing. We want the jab pumping all night. So that's what they asked for, so that's what I gave them.
Physically, the hands, the ribs, how did you feel physically? You look sensational.
My ribs are okay, and I fought the number 2 pound-for-pound guy tonight, and I think that I let the fans rate. I know he fought Pacquiao twice, so I let the fans. They seen a little difference between the two.
Did you think you were going to get him out of there after putting him down in the second round?
Well, actually, I tried to press the attack after I knocked him down, but he still was sharp. He still was on his toes. So I said, let me take my time and try to get it down the stretch.
It seems like at 28 years of age that you're setting down more on your shots. Is that something you're focusing on?
Well, I just try to be a smart fighter. Whatever works, whatever's working that night, that's what I try to. That's what I try to lead to. And Marquez is a solid guy, solid, tough, and I can see why this guy has over 50 wins.
What would you like? I don't care about what the other people want. What do you want? I mean, you're a Hall of Famer. You're one of the great fighters ever. What the hell do you want?
I just want to go home and spend time with my kids, and take one day at a time. And then in a couple weeks, talk it over with my two advisors and see what they want to do.
And your favorite show is?
In This Corner.
Very good.
Of course, baby.
Congratulations, man.
All right.
Thanks. It would be Manny Pacquiao who would have the final word for 2009 as he solidified his position as our fighter of the year. He dominated and stopped Miguel Cotto at his home away from home, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. This is from the show to you.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You like that?
Uh-huh. Very nice.
Manny Pacquiao is our fighter of the year, ladies and gentlemen, so.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
First off, congratulations on being our fighter of the year. We hope you enjoy the artwork of Muhammad Ali. What does Muhammad Ali mean to you?
I mean, he's a greatest fighter ever, and he's the idol of everybody.
Certainly is. You're the idol of a lot of people these days, getting ready for, I guess it's your 7th world title. Tell us what you expect from Miguel Cotto.
He's still strong, and he's have power, and he's bigger than me, and he's a champion for this fight, and he can fight.
The preparation for this one, obviously, you spent some time in the Philippines, had a tragic situation over there. How has this camp, how have you handled the entire thing?
Well, so far our training for this fight is doing good, and we did a lot of things for this fight, and we train hard for this fight.
Freddie, tell us about this camp. Obviously, time in the Philippines, some distractions. Nothing seems to distract Manny, but what about you? Did it distract you any?
Well, typhoons were severe, and a lot of dead people and people dying around us, but we did what we could for the people and so forth, and supported them as much as possible. But basically, we never missed a day of training. We actually had a great training camp in the Philippines. We worked really hard. We had great sparring. Sean Porter was my number one sparring partner with a good left hook. Young kid with 10 wins and 9 knockouts, and he was really, really good. Jose Luis Castillo, the ex-champion of the world, came in. He was great work for us also. And we had a real good training camp, and then the last 3 weeks we've been in the wild card, though, getting back to normal, back to home base, and now we're at the IBA gym, and today everything fell into place. I mean, today was just a super day, and I know he's ready to go.
You're a disciple of Eddie Futch, and you're a guy who really knows how to break down a fight. When you look at Cotto, I guess there would be more similarities certainly to De La Hoya than a Hatton. He's got the left hook, converted southpaw. What's your game plan for Cotto?
He has some Hatton flaws also. He cocks his left hook before he throws it, just like Hatton did. But it's from, the thing is he has a little more power than Hatton, I feel, and we have to respect that left hook and watch out for it. And we worked on how to stay away from that. But when he cocks it, we know how to beat it. And he telegraphs his punches at this point of his career. And I think I really have a lot of confidence in my guy. We're gonna make it look easy. I know that. We're going to destroy this guy, I feel.
You look stronger than I've ever seen you. How do you feel as strong as you look?
Well, I feel strong and I feel ready to the fight, and it's all set. I can't wait until the Saturday.
Yes.
Tell us about your performance.
Good, very good, and then amazing blessing that he gave it to me from God.
With not Coach Roach, it's Master Roach, and another masterful performance by your pupil tonight. Your thoughts on Manny's performance against Cotto?
It was great. I mean, the first couple rounds didn't go quite the way we planned, but Manny had wanted to test his power and see how really strong he really was, and he laid in the ropes and kind of fought Cotto's fight a little bit. But once we got back on track and got the game plan going, it was a masterpiece for Pacquiao again. And then by the 9th round, the fight was about over, and it was just a matter of time from that point on.
Well, 2009 was a tremendous year in the sport of boxing, and here at InThisCornerTV.com, and it really sets the stage for 2010. We're on the brink of one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. When that happens, it's surely to be the biggest generator in the history of the sport. And you can expect InThisCornerTV.com to be ringside at the fight, and of course bringing you the best in pre- and post-fight coverage. That coverage, we're proud to say, has made us the world's leading internet provider of boxing interview videos. We are also proud of our syndicated TV show In This Corner. April 1st of 2010 will mark the 6th year on the air without interruption. Our library consists of nearly 40 shows with the biggest names in boxing, featuring our innovative in-ring segments with many of the greatest fighters of today and yesteryear demonstrating their skills that have made them legends of the sweet science. In This Corner is available on many regional sports networks around the country, all of which are carried on DirecTV, Dish Network, Comcast, and other cable outlets throughout America. So for one last time in 2009, for producer John Hyatt, executive producer Carrie Tyler Stouffer, director of photography Pat Harris, sales and marketing director Ryan Smith, webmaster extraordinaire Rick Cameron, our partners on the internet, secondsout.com, I'm Smitty saying so long. We'll see you in 2010. Happy New Year, everybody.